Northern Scandinavia, end of the 9th century. The wind arrives before sunrise, always. It crawls through cracks in the wooden walls of your house and slips beneath blankets made from rough animal fur. In winter, it feels like knives touching your skin. In summer, things are not much better. The sun stays longer in the sky, but the land is still hard. The rocks are hard. The sea is hard. Life is hard. The sea never stays quiet. Not during the day, not during the night. Waves crash against black rocks. Ships creak near the shore. Dogs bark somewhere outside. Men shout while repairing fishing nets. Smoke rises from longhouses and disappears into the cold northern sky. You are born into the family of an ordinary Viking. Remember that word, ordinary, because one day you will hear stories about great men, kings, jarls, legendary warriors, men whose names survive after death. But ordinary people keep the world standing. Your father is ordinary. He is not a king, not a famous warrior, not a rich man. He fishes, farms, repairs boats, cuts wood, trades when he can. In the north, one job is never enough. His hands smell like salt and smoke. Under his fingernails there is always dirt. His shoulders are broad, his face is rough. He wakes before sunrise, returns after sunset, and speaks very little at dinner. Not because he dislikes talking, because work steals words. Your mother lives more quietly. She cooks, repairs clothes, stores food for winter, turns almost nothing into enough. You never hear her complain, never hear her speak about dreams. You are not sure adults have dreams, only responsibilities. Half the conversations in your home are about survival. The other half are about gods, Odin, Thor, fate, because men can fight storms, but nobody fights fate. You are 6 years old when you first notice hunger, not real hunger, not yet, just smaller portions, less meat, less bread. You notice your mother giving your younger sister more food. You ask, "Are you not hungry?" She smiles, "I already ate." Years later, you understand she lied. You are 7 when your father takes you fishing for the first time. You feel excited. You imagine adventure. You imagine stories. Instead, you feel cold, very cold. Rain hits your face. The wind pushes against the boat. Your hands hurt. Your father says almost nothing. Hours pass. Then suddenly, he looks at you. "Do you know why men work?" You shake your head. He pulls in the fishing line. "So, the people they love don't suffer." Then he goes quiet again. You remember those words. You don't understand them yet, but you remember them. You are 9 when you see death for the first time. A man from your village disappears during a storm. People search for him. They search all day, then the next day, then another day. Nothing. The sea keeps him. The village gathers around his family. Women cry. Men stare at the ground. Your father watches the ocean. You ask, "Will he go to Valhalla?" Long silence. "I don't know." You look at him. Because fathers are supposed to know things, aren't they? But later you learn something strange. Adults spend most of their lives pretending they understand the world. You are 10 when the son of a local jarl visits your village. You immediately notice him. Warm fur clothes, leather boots, silver bracelets. He walks differently, like he already owns the ground beneath him. People smile at him. Men nod respectfully. Women speak softly around him. You ask your father, "Why does everyone treat him differently?" Your father watches the boy disappear down the road, then says, "Because people respect power before they respect character." Remember that. Years later you will hate those words. Years later you will repeat them. You are 11 when winter becomes cruel. Snow falls heavily. Animals die. Food disappears faster. The nights feel endless. People become quieter. Even laughter sounds weaker. One night you wake up. Your parents think you are sleeping. You hear whispers. Your mother's voice. We don't have enough. Silence. Then your father's voice. We'll manage. Then silence again. You close your eyes. And suddenly something feels different. For the first time in your life, home does not feel safe. You are 12. And there are already kings in your village. Not real kings. Older boys, stronger boys. The boys with fathers who own more land. They laugh louder, walk differently, act like the world belongs to them. One day, one of them pushes you, just for fun. His friends laugh. You push back. For 1 second, everyone becomes quiet. Then he punches you. Then another. Then another. 3 boys against 1. You return home with blood on your lip. Your father looks at your face, says nothing. During dinner, he remains silent. After dinner, he stands, walks outside, looks at you, then says, "In life, kindness without strength becomes weakness." You stare at him, because this sounds different, harder, colder. Then he hands you a wooden training sword. Again, hours pass. Again, again, again. Your arms hurt, your shoulders burn. Again, you fall. Again, you miss. Again, again, again. And for the first time you realize, growing up hurts. You are 13. Now your mornings begin before sunrise. Not because you want them to, because your father wakes you. Always the same way. No shouting, no anger, just a hand on your shoulder. Then one word. Up. The air outside burns your lungs. Cold grass touches your feet. The village still sleeps. But not you. Not anymore. You train with wooden swords. You run through wet fields. You carry buckets of water. Carry wood. Carry stones. Carry things that seem pointless. One morning you finally ask, "Why am I carrying rocks?" Your father keeps walking. Because life carries heavier things. You hate that answer. Years later, you will understand it. You are 14. Your body starts changing. Your shoulders grow wider. Your hands become rougher. You stop looking like a child. People notice. Men greet you differently. They speak less to you like a boy, more like someone becoming useful. You notice another thing. Girls start noticing boys, and boys start pretending not to notice girls. There is one girl. Of course there is. There is always one. She lives near the edge of the village. Dark hair, bright eyes, a smile that seems warmer than summer. When she laughs, people around her laugh too. You suddenly start walking near her house more often, for absolutely no reason. Of course, one day she catches you looking. You immediately look away, because suddenly fighting men seems easier than speaking to one girl. You are 15. A ship arrives, not a fishing ship, a longship, dark wood, dragon head, warriors standing aboard, men return from raids. The entire village gathers. Children run toward the shore. Men smile. Women wait. Some wives cry before their husbands even step off the ship. Some stand quietly, because they already understand. Not everyone comes home. You watch warriors unload silver, weapons, cloth, jewelry, stories, always stories. One warrior raises his arm. A silver bracelet catches sunlight. Everyone notices. You notice. That night, you cannot sleep. You stare at the ceiling, thinking, thinking, thinking. Because suddenly the world feels bigger. The village feels smaller. The sea no longer looks like a border. Now it looks like a road. You are 16. You tell your father, "I want to go." Silence. Long silence. Your father keeps repairing fishing nets. You wait. Then finally, no. You stare at him. No, no. You have never heard him refuse something this directly. Why? He keeps working. Because boys want glory. Then he looks at you. Men understand cost. You become angry because fathers become very stupid when they tell you things you don't want to hear. Days pass, weeks pass. You stop talking much. Then one evening your father sits beside you outside. The sky is turning orange. He speaks quietly. When I was younger, I wanted the same thing. You turn. He almost never talks about himself. I wanted gold. He stares toward the sea. I wanted stories. Silence. I wanted people to know my name. You wait. Then, and? His eyes stay on the horizon. I wanted many things. Silence again. Then, most men eventually discover they wanted peace. You don't understand. Not yet. You are 17. Spring arrives. Another ship comes. This time your father says nothing. He simply looks at you. Long silence. Then nods once. That is all. No speech. No long advice. Just one nod. But somehow, it feels heavier than 1,000 words. Your mother hugs you before sunrise. Too tightly. You notice something wet on your shoulder. You pretend not to notice. She pretends too. The ship leaves. The village becomes smaller, 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 until finally land disappears. And suddenly, for the first time in your life, there's nothing around you except sea and sky. Days pass, cold mornings, wet nights, laughter, stories, men talking about battles, talking about women, talking about gods. Most of them sound fearless until night comes. Then you hear something else, silence, because fear becomes louder in darkness. You are 18. Land appears, foreign land, different trees, different houses, different people. Your heart beats faster. Men prepare weapons. Nobody jokes now. Nobody smiles. The ship reaches shore. Then someone shouts, "Move!" Everything happens too quickly. Running, shouting, smoke, screaming, doors breaking, people running. You grip your axe tightly, too tightly. Then suddenly, a man appears, directly in front of you. He looks terrified. You look terrified. For 1 second, neither of you move. Then he raises something in his hand. An instinct moves before thought. You swing. Silence. He falls. You stare. Your breathing stops. Because you expected victory to feel different. You expected excitement, pride, power. Instead, you feel cold, very cold, even though everything around you burns. That night, everyone drinks, laughs, celebrates, counts silver, counts rewards, counts victories. You sit quietly beside the fire, because every time you close your eyes, you see his face. And suddenly, you understand something. Stories never describe this part. You are 18. The fire burns in front of you. Men laugh around you. Someone raises a cup. Someone sings badly. Someone argues over silver. Life continues, as if nothing happened, as if a man didn't stop existing a few hours ago. You sit quietly, looking into the flames, because every time you blink, you see his face, not angry, not monstrous, just afraid, the same way you were afraid. Then an older warrior sits beside you, big man, gray beard, scar above one eye. He looks at you once, then drinks. You killed your first man. Not a question. You say nothing. He nods. Couldn't sleep after mine either. You look at him. He stares into the fire. I thought there was something wrong with me. Silence. Then he laughs quietly. Then I realized something. You wait. If killing becomes easy, that's when something is wrong. He stands up, walks away, and leaves you alone with that thought. You remember it. Years later, you will think about those words again. You are 19, then 20, then 21. Raids become normal. That is the frightening part. Not violence, not blood. Normal. You wake up, eat, sail, fight, return, repeat. Humans adapt to almost anything, even things they shouldn't. Your hands become harder, your shoulders wider, your voice deeper. You move differently now. You notice people watching you differently too. Children stare. Younger boys ask questions. Girls smile longer. Men clap your shoulder harder. Respect feels good. Very good. Maybe too good. Because respect becomes addictive. You are 22. You meet Eric. Tall. Blonde hair. Loud laugh. The type of man who becomes your friend without asking permission. He talks constantly, during storms, during meals, during fights, especially during fights. He once says, "If I die, take my silver." You laugh. He laughs, then adds, "I'm serious." You laugh harder, because death always feels far away, until it isn't. Years pass. You and Eric fight together, drink together, travel together, become something closer than friends. Brothers, not by blood, by survival, because there are men you grow up with, and men who keep you alive. Sometimes those become the same people, sometimes they don't. You are 24. Your name starts spreading. Nothing legendary, not yet, but people know you. People nod when you arrive somewhere. People remember stories involving you. You like that feeling. More than you admit. You tell yourself, "I'm becoming someone." But secretly, you wonder if becoming someone simply means becoming someone other people know. You are 25. Your ship sails west again. The weather turns ugly. Dark clouds, heavy rain, cold wind. The sea becomes violent. Waves slam against the ship. Men grip wood tightly. Nobody talks, because everyone silently understands. The sea kills stronger men than us every year. Then lightning flashes. Then another. Then a wave hits. Hard. Too hard. People fall. Wood cracks. Someone screams. You hear Eric shouting something. You turn and see him disappear into black water. Just like that. No dramatic moment. No speech. No final words. 1 second he exists. Next second, nothing. Men throw ropes, search, shout, nothing. Only darkness, only waves, only ocean. Hours later, the storm ends. The sea becomes calm again, as if nothing happened. You hate it. You hate how nature never cares. You hate how the world keeps moving. You hate how the stars still shine. Because somehow, everything feels wrong, but everything looks normal. Weeks later, you return home. People celebrate your return. You force smiles, shake hands, drink with everyone, laugh at jokes, pretend. Because people expect returning warriors to look strong, not broken. Then one night you sit alone outside, looking toward the sea, and suddenly realize you still expect Eric to sit beside you, to say something stupid, to laugh, to exist. But he doesn't, and he never will again. That thought hurts more than battle ever did. You are 26. You begin noticing something strange. You no longer fear dying the way you feared it before. You fear something else. You fear losing people. Because when you're young, you think pain comes from things happening to you. Then you grow older and discover pain often comes from things happening to others. You are 27. Your father watches you one evening. Long silence. Then he says, "You look older." You laugh. "I'm 27. He doesn't laugh. No. He studies your face. You look tired. And for some reason, that hurts more than it should. Because suddenly you realize The man looking at you has seen that same expression in a mirror before. You are 28. Winter arrives again. By now, winters feel different. When you were a child, winter felt endless. When you were younger, winter felt like an enemy. Now, winter feels familiar, like an old scar, like pain you already know. You return home after another journey. The village looks smaller than you remember. Strange. You spent years dreaming about leaving. Now, every time you return, something inside you becomes quieter. You see her again, the girl with bright eyes. Except she is not a girl anymore. Neither are you. She smiles, and suddenly something feels warmer than the fire beside you. You marry. The wedding is loud, very loud. Music, laughter, drinking, men shouting. Someone falls into a table. Someone starts singing. Someone starts fighting. Someone starts both. You look around and laugh, because happiness looks messy, not perfect, never perfect. Just real. You are 30. Your first son is born, and suddenly fear changes. Again. Because until now, you feared things happening to you. Now you fear things happening to him. You hold him in your arms, tiny hands, tiny face, tiny breaths. And suddenly your father enters your mind. You remember his tired eyes, his rough hands, his silence at dinner. And for the first time, you understand him. Not completely, but enough to hurt. You are 32. You own more land now, better animals, a larger home. People listen when you speak. Young men ask for advice. Children watch you, the way you once watched older warriors. You should feel successful. You do feel successful, for a while. Then something strange happens. The feeling fades. You wanted silver, then you got silver. You wanted respect, then you got respect. You wanted status, then you got status. And every time you reached something, the mountain simply moved farther away. You are 34. Your father grows older. His back bends more. His hands shake slightly. He walks slower now. One evening, he tries lifting something heavy. You immediately step forward. I'll do it. He freezes. Only for a second, but you notice it. Because for one moment, something painful crosses his face. Not anger, not pride, something else. Loss. You understand later. Men spend their entire lives becoming strong. Then one day the world quietly asks for strength back. Piece by piece. You are 36. Your son asks, "Father, are you afraid of anything?" You almost laugh, because you remember asking questions like that. You remember believing strong men feared nothing. You look at him, then toward the fire, and answer honestly, everything. He looks confused. You smile, then say, "But you learn to live with fear." He thinks about it, then nods. Children always pretend they understand things. Adults do too. You are 38. Your father dies in his sleep. Quietly. No battle. No axe. No glory. No songs. Just silence. People gather. Men speak about him. Hard worker. Good man. Good father. You sit quietly, looking into the fire, and suddenly remember things you forgot years ago. His rough hands. His tired face. His silence at dinner. His voice saying, "So, the people they love don't suffer." And suddenly you understand something that arrives too late for most sons. Your father spent his whole life carrying weight you never saw. You cry that night, alone. You are 40. Gray appears in your beard. You notice younger men moving faster than you. You notice standing hurts more. You notice mornings hurt more. You notice many things. Time becomes strange. Years become shorter. Summer arrives, then winter, then summer again. Children become adults. Adults become old. Old people disappear. Again. Again, again. You are 50, then 55, then older. One evening, you sit outside your home. The sea moves in the distance, exactly as it did when you were a child. The same waves, the same wind, the same sky. Your grandchildren run nearby, laughing, shouting, living. You watch them and think about everything: the battles, the storms, the silver, the victories, the losses, the friends, the fear, the love. And suddenly a strange thought enters your mind: your entire life. You believed you were chasing greatness, but maybe you were only chasing enough food, enough warmth, enough safety, enough time, enough love. You spent your youth trying to become stronger than fear. Then eventually you understand something. Fear never leaves. It simply changes faces. Night slowly falls over the north. Cold wind touches your skin again, just like it did on the day you were born. And finally you understand one last thing. Skalds never sing about ordinary men, but ordinary men carry the world on their backs. And maybe that was always enough.